everybody, it is Cinnamon Cooney, your Art Sherpa, and today I want to show you how grown-up finger painting can completely de-stress your life and help you unpack all that stuff that the end of school, beginning of summer is probably creating in your life. On the mic today is my husband, John.
Hi, guys.
He's going to be following me around with cameras and answering any questions you have. Today is a very special day. Today we're going to be doing like a viewing mega stream. So you're going to go from my channel here and pour into Angela Anderson's channel immediately after for more finger painting. And then for even more relaxation, you're going to go to my mom, who is finger painting for the very first time today.
Oh, wow.
And was like, I don't want any tips. I have to be me.
You have to, she has to.
Yeah. She's like, I don't want to be influenced by what anyone else is doing. I want to do it my way. That way we all have something interesting to say.
Well, okay then. Let's see how it goes.
So it will be interesting to see how we all do
Yeah.
it. Finger painting is really fantastic. I think grown-up finger painting is amazing. I'm really excited to share that with you. This is the image that we're doing today. This is some abstract roses. This is going to be very relaxing. We're actually going to take some time on this project too. Breathe in, breathe out, and unpack the end of year, beginning of summer.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff that is happening. If you're here in North America where that's happening. You may be at a completely different need to unpack where you are, and that it still works. It's going to unwork. So this is going to be really fun. Let me go over the materials, and then we'll do some wishes.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
I have an 11 by 14 canvas board. These are pre-gessoed. They come in packs. It's ready to paint. You can do this project on any size canvas or piece of paper, though. This will scale beautifully, so don't feel like you've got to have this size. I have some wishes pre-written out here that we can just over and send positivity into the universe. Let's look at the materials. So today's a very simple material set. I have heavy body, titanium white, dog's eating purple, phthalo green, cad yellow, quinacridone magenta. I am going to probably use the black colored gesso that you guys know I'm bananas about on the canvas, but you always ask, and of course, yes, you can just use whatever black paint you have. I'm using real cadmium paint because I like the luminosity of the color, so I'm definitely going to use gloves. If you have beautiful jewelry or manicure, it's also good to use gloves. But if you're painting all student paint, and part of your process is to feel the paint under your fingers so you can really tap back into that, student paint's just fine to paint barehanded as long as you don't have any allergies to the ingredients in acrylic paint, because those are all hue.
Yeah.
How you doing today, babe?
Oh, my gosh, I'm doing so good.
I wish you could finger paint so you could unpack.
Well, I have to say that there's a bunch of people out here today. I noticed that I saw hey, Kim Sim and Zoe and Gail and Lady Whitefang, and they're all out here commenting on how they're just happy to be here unwinding a bit today.
Unwinding.
With friends who understand that we're just here to be chill and have a little fun.
Just chill out today. This Saturday is a chill out, relax, and not take it so seriously Saturday. I'm just ready to do that. I have some wishes I'd love to share.
Oh, yeah.
You guys can
Let's get the
add
wishes
these
up there.
wishes. These were sent in by viewers to the Art Sherpa wish form on our website at TheArtSherpa.com. And so they share wishes, and then people can add them to their canvases, put a little positivity in the universe, kind of reverse, some of that energy that gets out there.
Can I say a secret? I think it's more than a little positivity. I think that it's, we have quite a powerful group of Sherpettes out here, and
I agree.
The love that they share is important. So
We take care of each other. What you guys do in the Facebook groups always blows my mind. Always.
Yeah. So.
You're all the best. Just the best ever. Well, I have love and light for Rebel Mama's family. Emily has wishes and strength for her mom. Mary is sending love, a lot. Actually, there was a ton of wishes for love to London. I've got Mary's here, but there was a bunch that was going on. And, I want to just add, I personally wish that the world would just respect each other's well-being. I wish we would value each other's well-being above all else and really put that concern first when we were making decisions.
Yeah.
I think that would really, this is our home and our planet. It's where we live. And it'd be just nice if we were courteous here. Jan wishes for her new career to work out and her school and her love life, just all of that to start to come together, and I totally understand that. Wishes for the family of Sarah Bertrand. Strength for the loss of pets. I got a lot of wishes about that. A wish for healing for Jenna's family. Strength for Katina is her baby graduates. She's got a little brush who isn't little anymore and is graduating. So for all you moms out there going through that, whose fledglings are leaving the nest and you're just feeling it, this wish is for you. And Shelly wishes for healing for her brother-in-law. So I thought those were pretty good.
Yeah, those are pretty fantastic.
I was like, this is a really kind community. You guys are really good about reaching out to each other and leaning on each other, and I appreciate that. I got my Liquitex professional black gesso.
Yeah, lots of love for all the people there in Manchester.
I like to watch it go out. Just around the world, because it's not just Manchester. This stuff is happening kind of everywhere now, and I just wish the world would breathe in, breathe out, and allow.
Yeah.
Just allow. Let everyone be in their space. Just a feeling that I have.
So you can pour your paint and be allowing.
Pour your paint and allow. Today at the grocery store, we all needed some allowing. It was an intense grocery store today.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could feel
the
like
mundanities of life.
I was like, gosh, I got to come back and finger paint. I feel so bad for everybody at the store that isn't finger painting with me.
Now you have a brush in your hand. Why do you have a brush? I do.
This is very exciting. This is not, this was a test. So this here is part of my new Sherpa, custom series of brushes. And this is like this number 30. It's a big white brush. It has the Sherpa white filament in it. And it kind of comes with some news.
This was a prototype that you were
This was the prototype.
Okay.
But there are non-prototypes somewhere.
That's
Brush
right.
guys are officially taking pre-order.
That's right. The brush guys have their pre-order page up, don't they?
They do, and it's short term.
Right.
It's not like 6 months from now.
No.
It's short term.
Yeah. So
like they're coming to them, and they have that all listed out there. And of course, the Art Sherpa code actually applies.
That's right.
So you get 5% off with the Art Sherpa code.
So as we understand it, they're the first guys to get a box of brushes. Of course, that D made sure they got them, taken care of and stuff. So we can't wait to see how those come out. So definitely go out and check out that pre-order. I know that a lot of our retailers are going to have those here very shortly.
And we're going to be announcing them as they come out, as locations come out.
That's going to be some of the cool things is that we'll have up on the website here very shortly a list of all the locations that you're going to be able to get those. And
and just if you want to be able to get it at your local retailer, just let them know, and they can contact Silver Brush. In the description, I put a link to the gallery page of all of the brushes that we're coming out with, and you can see them. And there's some descriptions at Silver Brush, and also that gets you their contact info.
Yes,
if you ever needed it. Because I'm not a brush manufacturer. I know a lot about brushes, and it was really wonderful to work with a brush manufacturer, but that is not what I am.
Yeah. That is our gratuitous self plug because we have our own brushes in production. So
I'm excited. Well, It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, we just
and it's funny to say on a non-brush video.
yeah. We just want to make sure that you guys know that we're absolutely making that we're in partnership with Silver Brush Limited to have those brushes produced, and that's we don't want you.
Absolutely in partnership.
Yeah, we're totally there. So.
So one of the things, and I love this because you're trying to get the canvas to be completely covered in the gesso or black paint. You just want a nice black surface. I like a black background with bright florals. That's I'm really about that right now.
Wow, this is just sort of it's blacked out.
Black.
So I guess I should put the picture up now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll go ahead.
I'm gonna sip my coffee.
There it is. Are you?
Yes, I am.
Sip your coffee.
And put my paint out and get my rubber gloves on. My rubber gloves. My gloves. My rubber gloves.
So you're not even using rubber gloves. You're using nitrile gloves because you're allergic to latex. Hey, there's Angela Anderson. I just saw her pop up in the chat.
Now, remember, as I'm winding up, she's going to be coming on. She's going to be on a little bit before I'm off, and you guys are going to pour from here into there. Your fingers all still painty, ready for the next project. And I would like to officially also say that today's theme was Angela's idea.
Oh.
She's like, let's do a finger paint. I'm like, I'm about it. So this is Quinacridone Magenta. We'll put some of that out. A fairly good amount because we go through quite a lot of it. I've got a nice little bit of Dioxazine purple. Dioxazine purple. Diox. It's a dioxazine. If I say it even weird, then people are like, they go in dogs and it's very important that I do it right because I know everybody repeats me.
Well, I couldn't even say quinacridone for a long time. It was Passamaquoddy.
Yeah, it was my favorite time. That was a good time.
When I could not pronounce anything.
Yeah. Good times on the show before my husband knew how to say things.
You have to push.
But I mean, I do it. This is not about being like the super most perfect. This is just about having a great time and knowing your product and loving your paint and making a beautiful mess on your canvas and finding a little space to sort of unpack and put down all the burdens that we carry because we all carry so many. I have a really cool tip.
Do you?
I'm going to put my glove on.
Well, you know,
glove. I don't know. I feel like so businessy.
Well, you know,
I put my gloves on. I learned, though, from one of our members who is in the medical profession that if I double glove, it tightens up the glove on my fingers. You know, we get these weird little gloves, I think, at Harbor Freight.
Yep.
Not a sponsor. I'm just telling you where we got it. Because we'll tell you if somebody is. And they're just one size too big.
Yeah.
Hasn't really impacted my painting at all. I'm excited to do this.
No, I know that we get all technical sometimes, but we do that because we're trying to help you guys know, like if you go into the art store, we want you to be able to know what the products are and why they do that. So that's the only reason why we tend to.
Yeah, you can use other colors. You can use other things. You can use other brushes, other canvases, just any yellow that you have, especially for this today. The colors that you have.
So you're just going to jump into it here.
I'm gonna dry it.
You're going to dry it?
I'm going to dry it. Do we have to dance yet? Are we Sherpa?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh yeah. We are way Sherpa. We have 400 I didn't even look at 425 people in here hanging out in the show just watching.
We're Sherpa.
You know, I am so unprepared for being Sherpa. It's just silly. I have been
took my bubbles away. That's why I'm not in a Texas snowflake snowstorm. I'm going to dry my canvas and let him talk to you.
I'll give you that. So hey guys, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. It's just been a button pushing craze back here, trying to get everything, reset up. It's it's a lot of buttons. So thank you guys. Thank you for all coming and hanging out with us today. I'm so excited that there are so many of you ready to do some finger painting with us. We're really excited to have you here. Don't forget to post up your pictures. We want to see those. And of course, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that. It's really helpful if you guys hit that share button, post this up on Facebook, let everybody know that we're out here doing it, because the best thing that we can do is have more of us here together to do this. And it's what gets me up in the morning, makes me feel excited, is to know all you guys are going to be out here hanging out with us while we're painting. So, thanks guys. We really appreciate it. And, oh yeah, don't forget to go to the website, TheArtSherpa.com, where we have all our resources and stuff like that out there. Hey there, Cinnamon. You doing your dance? That's our bubble dance. That was made by one of our community members right there, Michael.
I'm enjoying my coffee today. They have a new flavor, graham cracker, in the Starbucks K-Cups.
Yeah.
It's working for me.
Wow. Yeah. We have over 130 people in here and over 195 likes. almost 200.
130 people?
No. 430.
300 just left. 300 saw me dance and went, no.
They were like, oh, out. That would be
so
oh my
fun.
gosh.
That would be terrible, but also really funny.
And because I'm just back here looking at analytics screens, so it would be just terrifying to watch everyone just like. That
would be, you'd be like, what'd I do? I have some sharpen. This is kids chalk that I sharpen with a sharpener. You can put these right in the sharpener. And on this abstract, I actually like to put in a couple sketches because I like to keep a sense, even though this is abstract and very loose, I like to have a sense of the rose. And the angle the rose's face is at, so that even though it's abstract, it still reads like a bouquet of flowers. So I have this grouping up here that I want to have.
Okay.
And so I'm going to make a little C.
You know what's going to be silly?
What's going to be silly?
Is that as soon as you draw that in there, I'm going to come over and I'm going to take a picture of it so that we can get a traceable off of it, because everyone was asking for a traceable.
For the roses.
For the roses. And I was like, okay, all right, we can do it.
You're just agreeing to it even though it's like chalked in.
Well,
now I have to think about what I'm drawing, John.
Well, you were going to do it anyway.
But really loosely, like.
We'll do it loosely.
Okay, well, so another little C, and this C little tucks around here, and I'm just making parentheses and C's, and what I'm just trying to tell myself is sort of the basic shape of my flowers, right? You can see I kind of like to draw roses. They feel rose-like already.
Yeah, they do.
And then maybe I'll say, oh, there's a little one peeking over here, a little one peeking over here. I think it's very important to have a couple sprigs of some unknown cascading flower over here. And it is also nice to have leaves.
Ooh, look
He's
at us.
getting the photography station
We're
ready.
semi-professional. I have the camera rig all set up so that we can just move it over there and go snap.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that.
All right, I need another little rose facing up
Okay.
here. But its face is more at an angle, so I'm going to foreshorten that.
Everyone's very excited about the traceable. They think that's a very good idea.
I really like these chalkboard coloring books. I think they're kind of exciting. This reminds me of that.
Does it?
Yeah. We're making a chalkboard coloring finger paint book for grown-ups.
Yeah.
Their kids are sitting there going, finger painting is ours. Don't you take it. You can't have it. It belongs to us. It's our de-stressor from school. That's how we keep it together. My kids are always like, you can't be... I think I need to...
Ruth loves the roses. She thinks
Oh,
they're
well.
awesome.
I've
I think
moved
they're
this
awesome.
here kind of a weird way, but I definitely want another little sprig over here.
A sprig?
And then I need some green leaves coming out this way.
Okay, yeah.
So... You can take a picture of this, John, if you think that everybody wants this as a traceable. Probably got gesso all over it. So I'm going to sip my coffee and just say once again that I don't consider tracing to be cheating. Tracing is an art skill. I use it. I will design something and look at a drawing and only like 2 things in the drawing and want to keep those but get rid of the rest, and tracing is how I do that. That's how I take a design concept to something finished, and then I might transfer that really wonderful finished piece onto my expensive canvas or paper. And so it's not really reasonable to think that tracing is cheating. It's great to freehand too. That's really good, and you can learn those skills. There's a lot of great places to learn drawing skills. We have some drawing videos if you'd like to dip your toe into drawing, as I like to say, drawing. Alrighty then.
So you got your
So
fingers
I'm
ready?
going to take a little of my quinacridone on my finger, see, right here, and go right into my purple. But I want it to be fairly purple. I might get a smidge of white on my nail.
Oh.
And I might come right here.
Could you scooch that canvas to the left a little bit? Oh, perfect.
And I'm going to just think about this a little bit.
And if you, I'm gonna adjust.
I'm going to probably actually even come back with some green, but this was just the first thing I thought to get into. With finger painting, the brush strokes pretty much are pushing and pulling. And this is sort of like a weird little round palette knife. You think of it like that. The center of the roses are dark. This is really the key to doing abstract roses. And I can clean my gloves between colors with this rag, or you can use wet wipes, whatever works for you. I think I might put some green leaves around just real quick as I'm looking at that. This is really fun for me. If you need a really dark green leaf, you can actually take some of the dioxazine and phthalo and mix it together. You get a really interesting color, but don't put any yellow in that mix. So I'm just making some leaf shapes. Just happily, loosely making some dark leaf shapes. Maybe a couple dark leaf shapes here. The black canvas allows the pigment to paint. If you're painting very inexpensive paints, you may find that you have a little trouble getting the result. A trick you can have to make up for the opacity would be to do this in pastels.
Pastels?
Mix white into it because the white will have enough opacity to cover the canvas.
Oh.
So it'll be just very pastel, but at least you'll get the rich finished look, and it won't be not covering. I think I'm going to do a
Let me get some clarity on what you just said, because
Okay.
I think I understand it. So what you're saying is that if I take my paints and I add white to them to make them more pastel, they'll pop more on the canvas.
they will on the black canvas if you're doing inexpensive paints.
And that's because the white paint helps the color pop.
Will help the color be opaque, not have the black show through.
Ah, okay.
So if I were just to do a really, really inexpensive paint, one of the things that would happen here is I'd go over the black,
Uh-huh.
and it would be just like not covering. It would just be like a glaze. It would be like the black would be showing through.
Gotcha.
So my fix for that, instead of going out and buying a whole new set of paints, which you're totally welcome to do, I would never stop a person from shopping. I completely respect the shop, but it just might not be possible. Maybe you got a kit from somebody as a gift or something, and you just want to use what you have, right? That's just my tip. That's just my fix for that, so you don't have to run out and buy all new paint to enjoy this project today.
Gotcha.
That's all.
Well, I just want to make sure I was understanding.
We're breathing in. We're gonna really enjoy swirling in this paint and picking this up with our finger.
You say that as if you're intending, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy it.
Do I? Oh, well, I will lighten up then too.
No. I mean, I just think it's one of those days where we're like, we're going to enjoy this.
The grocery store was super intense today. I don't know what to tell you, babe.
You know, I think we all have those days where it's like, you're committed to the relax.
You know, this is mama time.
Yeah.
It may be my work time, but it's also my time that I get to spend with my community, and we paint.
Yeah.
So I'm just running this dark green. I'm going to pull this down very expressively. I leave areas. See how I'm just very open with this?
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget that every one of these tools is a brush. So your pinky is a detail tool, and your thumb will push little scoops. There's a lot of tools on your hands, and the whole thing makes a really cool blend. I've been finger painting in earnest lately, and I have a lot of feelings and thoughts on it now.
As a decided medium.
The decider. So I'm going to have this quite bright down here, but how sometimes brights really pop is against contrast. So I'm going to put a little of this dark here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to come here, right in this corner with this dark green, where I know I'm going to have a rose in a minute.
All right.
In a minute. And maybe some of this. Let's get all this paint. Right, there it is on my finger. Use it up. I can use the sides of my finger, the flat of my finger, the nail on my finger. Lots of tools.
It just looks like dark smudges on black.
Does it? Oh, it's really pretty to my eye.
Well, I mean, it does. I mean, it looks like right now it's hard to see.
It's hard to see.
You can see some of the green tints and the purple tints kind of showing through.
It makes a difference. I never have you do anything needlessly. I'm putting out a little more green paint.
Well, I just want to make sure that I'm talking about it, because here on the screen, just as a quick bit of technical note, a painting is reflective. Light reflects off of it, and then what you see on your screen is transmissive, meaning light is passing from behind it, so it's self-lit. So we really work hard to try to make it so you guys can see what's on the canvas accurately, and that's hard.
It is hard.
So that's why I'll talk about it sometimes when things may be looking a little strange. See how that green just pops right off the top of it, though?
Yeah.
It just explodes off with that contrast.
And it's nice against this the purple and green
Yeah.
mix is really nice together.
And you can see it here on the screen. It's just, it's not going to be as great as when you do it yourself and you paint it yourself. So, we do encourage you to keep in mind when you paint this, some of these colors are going to be more vivid. They're going to be more,
I'm just enjoying my cat and my green here. I'm just playing with the value of this. This is what this is about. Play with the value.
Mm-hmm.
Play with what you have going on. And another thing that you can do is you can add a little white to this mix. And adding the white gives you that next play space. It's very expressive. Definitely enjoy where you're at. I've got some yellow here and some green. Now I'm going to do an interesting thing. I'm going to work my canvas to a comfortable space for me. So I'm going to turn this on its side. And you'll just see that I'm just using my finger as if it were a palette knife even.
Right.
And I'm just trying to make, if you've ever done floral arranging, florals are sometimes really lovely to paint because you're really still doing the same basic skills that you would do in floral arranging. And once you have greens where you like them, which I now do, I'm going to clean my finger off.
Clean your fingers.
I can even go in my water. Watch. I can even be like, finger in my water.
Clean your fingers.
And then, by the way, this works in the paint too. You can do drips and flicks. You can get real crazy.
I think you just did
Again,
flick.
been finger painting a little bit lately. This is going to be more dark smudgies on canvas. I'll get a little white on occasion on the tip of my nail so that as I'm painting these, there is that space that you need. But I don't want a lot because I need it to be dark in my rows. It is the play of lights and darks that help this find its space. I'm going to put out a little more dog's-knee purple. A little more dog's-knee purple. It really, this, like all my acrylic paintings that I do with you, comes together in the last 30%. Which is pretty much when I put highlights in, is when you're going to be like, oh no, that's so beautiful. And we'd be like, yeah, it was beautiful all along. I always feel like the ugly duckling story is about acrylic painting.
This is an interesting question.
Oh, I love interesting questions.
Rhoda was asking, do you know of any, quote, famous artists that use their fingers for painting?
Yes, Iris Scott.
Oh, yeah?
She's a living working artist right now. I think there's a couple of them. There's a Krumer, I think. Besides doing splatters, will often work with her fingers.
There's some
I made a playlist.
You know,
In the iCards, so not just so that you can find Angela and my mom, but also there's a playlist with some other videos you can watch about some other interesting artists that like their fingers.
yeah. And you know, when we say famous, I think that a good way of sort of framing that is anyone who's a working artist. If they're paying their bills with
let's
with
be
their
honest.
artwork,
Iris Scott is famous. Like when
Well,
Mark
she's famous,
Golden
yeah.
is like, "Have you seen Iris Scott's new work?" Yeah, she's famous.
yeah. No, for sure.
She paints with golden sometimes.
But I mean, I like to open that qualifier up a little bit more because, you know, there's a lot of artists that are doing very, very meaningful work that, you know, may not be famous in, you know, depending on what your definition of that is.
Yeah.
So, you know, like you had an instructor that taught with her feet. And, you know, she painted with her toes and so that was really neat.
Soul Sister Johnson, thank you.
That's right, yeah.
And Soul Sister. Yeah, no, she painted with her feet, like for serious.
And it was good stuff, too.
And there's a really interesting, you know, because not everybody has hands to paint with, so there's this really interesting movement of people that are painting with their feet.
That's right, and there was
They're like, we're going to art, and you can't stop us. So I've got the center here, but I just need to make sure that I'm keeping the shape of my rows with this. And that's where the chalk lines, you can see, I'm going to flip this over so I have a nice angle. You can see that the chalk lines are helping me keep the structure of my flower. And the little bit of light in the center, and this would be true if you were doing this with a brush, right? The little bit of light in the center is helping me hold that space.
Gotcha.
And that's what you're trying to do, is hold that space. Because as relaxing and fun as finger painting is, you still have to like be in the world of art there. But no, this is super fun. I really hope that this is something that we all regularly do, the finger painting.
Yeah.
I think I can't really speak for everybody, but I can say for me, like, I really did have an intense moment at the grocery store this morning, and I'm already feeling better. I'm letting it go. And there's something about finger painting that reminds you not to take your life too seriously.
Mm-hmm. Now,
Right?
we're getting pretty close to being done here, yeah?
Yeah, almost.
Because we got about another, we're getting pretty close to the top of the hour.
Yep, we're probably going to actually time it out perfectly. What
good.
time is it right now?
It looks like it's about 1:57.
All right, so Angela can totally go.
Well, I think she's still getting ready here, too.
Oh, okay. And I've only got the highlights after this last rose event, so it's good timing.
So once we're done, so what we're doing today is we're setting you guys up with a day-long marathon of painting. So we're going to start out here today doing some finger painting with Cinnamon. Then here in just a little bit, as soon as we're done, we're gonna send you guys over to Angela Anderson, who's going to be continuing that finger painting. And then later today, after she's done, Ginger Cook's going to be closing it up, and with her own finger painting style. So
that she did not take any advice from anybody about.
No, she wanted, and so we're all excited to see
what she's doing.
So you're gonna have to stick around for Ginger, or at least definitely tune in for there.
Yeah,
see what's going on.
I think it's her first finger painting.
Mm-hmm.
You know me, I'm doing this all the time.
Oh yeah.
So while I've got all this yumminess on my finger,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna stretch my finger back, get some white,
Okay.
maybe a little more quinacridone just to make sure I've got it here, and I'm gonna come make some little spriggy, abstracty little thoughts. Little thoughts coming right off this floral. Because if I was arranging flowers, this is where I would put something.
Gotcha.
And that's how I made that decision.
You were doing a floral arrangement with your finger?
You are. When you're painting a floral, you're arranging flowers. You're just doing it in paint. So, think of things in that same way. Sometimes it's real funny. You'll be working with somebody and they're like, oh, I can arrange flowers, but I can't paint. And then you're like, wait, I got something cool to show you.
Now, if you guys are enjoying the finger painting, do us a favor and give us a thumbs up here so that we know
share.
that. And, the thumbs up really helps. So we just, that's just for us to know whether you like this
Little
or not.
dots.
And of course, we always appreciate when you share it, and because it helps get it out. And we love that you guys are always helping us with that. So, but of course, the most exciting thing is to see your paintings. So please share those up. We can't wait to see those.
All right, getting some yellow and some quinacridone. I kind of want to avoid the purple in there a little bit because purple will sometimes gray with yellow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to come over here and I'm going to just using a light pressure with the tip of my finger to get some control. Come back and talk a little bit about the flower shape again that I had originally thought about creating. And if I have too much wet purple, it's going to gray. So how I'm going to fix that is I'm going to do John's least favorite thing. I'm going to dry the painting and let John talk to you for a second so that I make sure that the color I'm putting on the painting is the color I'm intending to get.
Gotcha. While she's doing that, I'm going to say thank you guys so much. I see we've hit double Sherpa here, so thank you so much for coming hanging out with us. It's been really, really nice. So, I just was really reading over some of the comments out here, guys. It's so nice to have you here on this Saturday afternoon just to hang out. And, if you guys are catching this on the replay, I highly encourage you to come join us on a live. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of people chatting, hanging out in the room, having a good time. And, we try to carry that on because we've always got the chat going on our website, www.theartsherpa.com. And, post your pictures up there. We love to see that stuff. And, of course, we'll do a little dance out here.
Just to be sure, this yellow is a little corrupted. Sometimes I'll check through a pot of paint with my palette knife to see.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I was just a little bit expressive with my finger paint, as will happen. And that's totally okay.
Mm-hmm.
Breathing in, breathing out, getting my quinacridone. And I love quinacridone and this yellow together. They make one of my very favorites. It's a color, you add a little white to it, and it's like bam.
Bam.
Bam. And let's just talk about the face of this flower here just a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that little petal. Maybe a little more of the quinacridone. And then just say, hey, there's another little a little sweetheart here.
Oh, yeah.
The color of this is about this paint. This paint just has an incredible color.
Yeah.
And so that really is just on my side. Just coming around. Same thing I was doing with those chalk strokes. And I'm just sort of following that map. And remember, I have a pinky.
So this is just coming right together there on
Yeah, it
this
just
layer.
comes right together. So I can just use my pinky too to draw more intently if I wanted to. See? Using what works. And just remember, I think the point of finger painting is to remember that I'm going to get a bunch of white on the finger this time. That the painting is not in the tool. Tools are great. I love my tools so much. Right? Love my tools so much. But the artwork is inside of you. You're where the painting comes from at the end of the day. You're where it is. And that's something that you've got to just never forget. Pen to scroll is always going to be a mirror. Sorry, that was a really smart movie.
Yeah.
I made my kids watch that. This is the secret of life. The dragon scroll is a mirror. Think about it.
No,
I'm almost done.
Are you?
Yes, I just did one more flower.
Wow. That just came together so fast.
It just really does.
So thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us today. You know, the only reason why I'm going to prep Cinnamon here with some of our saying goodbye is we have a fairly short show to end with because we're going to be passing you guys. We're going to be passing you guys off to Angela Anderson.
Yeah, go to Angela Anderson.
Well, she hasn't signaled to me that she's gone live yet.
Oh, okay,
so
then we're good for a second.
We're good for a second here.
Because I got to pink that up, man. Some of my little roses I put a little too much white in there and I want to pink it up.
Oh, yeah?
Pink it up.
Pink it up.
Pink, pink, pink it up. Pink, pink. See how you can just go over if you're like, wow, that's just not pink enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I want it to be this bright pink. That's the whole reason I use this color. So it'd be so pink. So pink.
So pink.
So pink. So pink. How pink is pink? So pink. So pink.
I think they're okay. Mark said they've just got a few more things to do here before they hit their live button. So we're doing okay.
We're all right.
We're
we
all
can sit
right.
there and just do a Q&A because I think this painting, if I keep messing with it, I'm going to mess it up. Except I want to keep messing with it, John.
That's what you do.
I do.
Well, how do you sign it with your finger?
Oh my goodness, I don't.
You don't? Because you got
No.
your fingerprints all over it already?
Yeah, my finger. Well, no, mine isn't.
Yours-
This painting is a mystery other than there's a video record of it.
I'm sure there's some DNA evidence in there.
So I'm making some decisions here about just having some value contrasts. I think that those are important in paintings. And I'm just making sure that those values and everything still pop. Because I'm not always able to back up from a painting in the teaching set. And so I have to look at the monitor and just go, what do I think? But you guys can back up and pay attention and play and have a good time. Oh, here's the best part of the day. Oh, getting those fingers out of those gloves. It's just... So you know what? In these gloves is the stress and the pressure and the checkout line and the angry shoppers and the over-enthusiastic sampler givers.
Well, I think that
You
they're
ever
about
not been
ready.
able to get away from sample table? Like, no matter what you do, you're just like saying any crazy thing you like. Just be like, I don't want to eat it.
Well, I think that we're about ready. I think that Mark is just about ready for us to hit our musical buttons.
So you guys know where you need to go. You're going to Angela Anderson. Get a fresh pair of, well, I don't know how she's going to teach us, so I can't even tell you if you're going to use gloves. Go find out what Angela has to say.
That's right.
Go there now. Right now. And if you're here on the replay, check the link. That's where it is.
We love you guys.
See you really soon. Bye-bye.